Hey guys, this is RBR Short Films 13, aka Ryan, and today I'm doing a video, an unboxing video of Scream 2 4K Blu-ray and Scream 5 4K Blu-ray. I have the original Scream on 4K and I have all the Blu-rays, but I haven't yet owned Scream 5 on Blu-ray yet in 4K and Scream 2 in 4K. I saw the re-release of Scream 2 when that came out back in October. Um, and I've owned the movie digitally, so I could tell, like, watching it in 1080p, it was still a new transfer, but it's really cool now. I have the Blu-rays, especially that Scream 6 is on Thursday. I'm seeing it in 2 days. I can't believe it because Scream 5 just came out, and back in January, you know. I mean, back in the day, that movie would just be coming out on VHS. So it's I'm not used to a Scream movie coming out just a year after the previous film. I'm so used to waiting a long time. Um, I remember with the Scream show, I only had to wait um, less than a year for season 2. I remember that, which that was really cool. But that was the closest I have to an experience of a Scream movie coming out that quickly. And I'm very anticipated for Scream 6. I'm super excited. I'm just, yeah, I'm a lot more excited for it than Scream 5. I know Sydney isn't in the movie, um, but I still think it'll be a really, really good film, or it could be a great film. I think a lot of it depends on the writing, you know. Um, so we'll see. But we'll start with Scream 2. So we got the front, and then we got the back. Really cool images of the movie, very nostalgic. Someone has taken their love of sequels one step too far. I remember the VHS. I remember the VHS tapes growing up, and the DVDs, and it was just so cool. So the main, okay, so it comes with two Blu-rays. It's a Paramount Blu-ray, but it's coming with two Blu-rays, so that's pretty cool. So disc 1 is 4K Ultra HD, feature film, and special feature. So it comes with audio commentary. Okay, so the audio commentary was from Wes Craven, so that has to be the 1080p Blu-ray commentary, or the the 2000 DVD commentary. Disc 2 Blu-ray, feature film and special features, audio commentary by director Wes Craven, producer Marion Bendel, and sorry, it's a hard name to pronounce, and editor Patrick Lussier. Outtakes, deleted scenes, theatrical trailer, TV spots, music videos, featurette. So pretty much bonus features that have been on the DVDs and Blu-rays forever. So there's not really anything new here. Wow. But that's okay. Since Scream 2 is my favorite, I hope that, come with new bonus features, but probably in the future. So it's Ultra HD, DTS, HD Master Audio, okay, Dolby Audio, Dolby Vision, Dolby, I always say Dolby wrong. Yeah, alright, so now we're gonna unbox this. Alright, so take this out, and then here's the Blu-ray, and then now I'm going to open this Blu-ray disc and case. Super careful. Okay. Scream 2. I know it's a movie from 1997. I was 2 years old when this came out. But I didn't watch it till 2004, and it was on AMC, and I thought it was really, really good. Now it was edited on TV, and I didn't see the unedited version till 2008, and that's when Scream 2 really became my favorite out of all three, because then I got to see the full version of the movie. It wasn't edited. Okay, so take this off. All right, we're gonna open this now. Oh, digital code to hide that. Oh, from Paramount. How cool is this? Look at that. Classic Chills and Thrills, newly available on 4K Ultra HD, Friday 13th. Okay. I did get the digital of 4K of Friday 13th, and I mean, it was okay. The Paramount Blu-rays, they're good, you know. I mean, they're good, but I don't. I've seen better remasters of Blu-rays, like from Universal and um, 20th Century, but Paramount still does a really good job. But if they're going to do 4K of all the Friday films, I really hope that they do a better job. Okay, so then now here is the two discs. So we have the disc 1 and the disc 2. The disc 1 is the feature film, DTS Dolby Audio. Okay. Oh, okay. So the first disc is over here on the. Okay. I'm so used to like the main disc being like right here, and then the second disc being right here. Because usually when you open a Blu-ray, on the left side of the case is the movie, and then on the right side is the film. So, but how cool! I like the it's got the ghost face, you know, like it feels like it's like the ghost face costume in lettering and in the color of the disc. That's so cool. Like the cloak and the mask. Oh wow, 4K Ultra HD feature film special feature. That's cool. Surprised there isn't a red with the 2, but it's so cool though. Really cool. So yeah, that's the 2 discs of Scream 2. And I cannot wait to watch the 4K. I've seen it in the theater, but I haven't watched it in 4K UHD HDR yet. Or just 4K HDR. UHD is voodoo when you watch 4K movies. Talk about just full on HDR. Okay, so now here we are with what I just saw last year, Scream 5, which they called it Scream as a meta. That's meta, and people still aren't happy about that. But it's meta to make fun of requels, and because there's Halloween 2018, and we've had Candyman, and we've had all these different horror franchises where they've done a direct sequel to the original. They've done it with Texas Chainsaw Massacre twice. So I do think them calling Scream 5 Scream was fitting. It wouldn't have been fitting if Scream 5 would have been made back when Scream 4 came out. Like if it would have been made in 2012, 2013, then I would have been super mad, really mad. But after you watch the film and you know really what the film is about, the title really fits. And so it comes with 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital. So it comes with the 4K and the Blu-ray itself and the digital code, which is cool. Now, Paramount isn't Movies Anywhere. That's the only downside about digital with Blu-rays with Paramount, because like Warner Brothers, Fox, Disney, you name it. It's only Lionsgate, MGM, and Paramount that aren't Movies Anywhere. And now I see why, because Paramount's now a streaming service, and then now MGM is becoming a streaming service. And before you know it, we're going to get Lionsgate Plus or Lionsgate, you know, something. Because Lionsgate has the Saw movies, they have Hunger Games, they have Twilight, they have all these big franchises, and none of those are Movies Anywhere. So I could see Lionsgate doing something like if they wanted to create a TV show of Hunger Games or whatever, you know. I definitely see a Lionsgate streaming service in the future. I've been predicting that ever since Disney Plus came out and HBO Max, but all matter of time. But I think that if Lionsgate isn't going to do the movies anywhere, then for sure they're going to have a streaming service. But then Disney has a streaming service, and yet they still do movies anywhere. So that's weird. And HBO Max, yeah. Anyway, so here we go. We're gonna open up this Blu-ray. Scream 5 was a lot of fun. I saw it last year in Philly. It was the first movie I ever saw in Philadelphia, actually, too. I saw it with my sister and one of my friends, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I looked at the flaws of the movie after I saw the movie. The first viewing was just so fun because it was so nostalgic. The movie was very retro. It's actually more retro than Scream 4. So you could say this was almost a nostalgia fest, but I feel like when we were in that pandemic, it was perfect though. Like for the dark time that we were living in, I think that this movie was the way that the plot of this film, or not necessarily the story, but the simplicity of going back to the original so much and making this movie so much like the original, and try to take us back to 1996. I think was really cool for a dark time that we were all living in. We still are, but it was. I look back at the movie completely differently than when I first saw it. Um, but it, I don't mind nostalgia. Like that. That was pretty much my complaint about Halloween Ends, is that there wasn't enough nostalgia. Um, but anyway, all right. So we're gonna open this up. Oh, here's the back. Wow, so it's a steelbook of Scream 5, and it's awesome, awesome. Wow. And I love that with these new Scream movies, the Paramount ones, Ghostface is a lot more vicious than any of the previous films. But I think Ghostface was the most brutal in Scream 4, even though the gore in that movie looked kind of off. Um, it it I think Ghostface was the most brutal in that film, aside from the original movie. I think he was the most violent in 4. But I think Scream 6 is going to surpass that. I think Scream 6, we're all going to walk out of that and be like, yeah, that was the goriest one. So, just judging by the trailers, it looks like it's just going to be like the Halloween Kills to Scream, or the Jason Takes Manhattan, you know? Okay, so here comes the 2 discs. So you get the disc 1, which would be the movie, I believe. The 4K Ultra HD, yep, feature film, Blu-ray, special features. And then you get the second disc right here. I'll take that out. And oh, look at that. How cool is that? The background. You see all the actors, all the characters in the film. That's cool. This is a really cool steelbook. I have the Halloween Kills steelbook. I have a couple steelbooks, 2 or 3, and they're awesome. There's just so much effort put into them. Okay, so I'm gonna take this disc out. Ooh, on the back of the disc it says Scream. I don't know if you could see that, but oh wow, that's cool. That's cool. So this is just the regular 1080p. If you don't have, you know, a 4K TV or a 4K Blu-ray player, which I always think is great to include both. And then the back here you have Scream. They're promoting the original, Pet Sematary remake, Quiet Place, all those movies. I didn't even know there was a sequel to Quiet Place. I didn't know there was a Quiet Place Part 2. Where have I been? Oh man. Okay. All right, and it comes with a digital code, which is great. Still not Movies Anywhere. Sorry, I'm a big fan of Movies Anywhere. Sorry. All right, so that's the Steelbook. Doesn't really say bonus features on here, except for this, doesn't, the actual Steelbook doesn't, but this right here does. It comes with 4K. Oh no, disc one is 4K Ultra HD feature film, 4 times the resolution of full HD. HDR for more detail, brightness, vivid color, and greater contrast. Disc 2 is feature film, killer bonus content, deleted scenes, behind the scenes with the cast, the legacy of Wes Craven filmmaker commentary. Now, I have seen all the bonus features that have been available when you get the movie digitally. If you buy it digitally, it does come with those deleted scenes, which weren't really a whole lot. I was surprised. Behind the scenes with the cast, that was really cool. I like the tribute to Wes Craven, but I remember that being played when I went to see the re-release of the first Scream. So I've seen a lot of these bonus features throughout time, um, but I have listened to the audio commentary of Scream 5 yet from the directors of Scream 5 and 6, which I have to really get used to pronouncing their last names. Uh, I mean, their names in general. Matt uh, Bettinelli Ulphin and Tyler Gillett. Hopefully, I'm saying their names right. Just Wes Craven was a very easy name to say. Uh, I'm horrible with names. I'm just somebody who's terrible with names. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, um, it. I'm just horrible with names. It's embarrassing, but and the writers are James James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick. I think the writers did a decent job with this movie. I do think that um, what they need to do with the next film, with Scream 6, is that the killer motive needs to be a lot better than the last one, even though I do think the killer motive for Scream 5 was ahead of its time. Because we are living in the requel era. This is the first time requels are a thing. It started to become a thing with Halloween 2018. And so, really, requels have only been a thing since 2018. Because you could say, okay, the Star Wars sequel trilogy, but they're not, that's not a requel, 7, 8, and 9. Those are sequels. That's a continuous narrative from episode 6. So, and it says episode 7, episode 8, episode 9, So, really, requel territories when the movie is just called the original movie. That's when you know it's a requel. And we've only had a few of them so far, but they're becoming very popular, and they seem to continue to be more and more popular. So I think that it people will be more of a fan of the whole requel element of Scream 5 in the future. I don't think it's necessarily a cool thing at the moment because it was the same thing when Scream 4 came out and it was about reboots. No, no, it was kind of annoying because everybody hated remakes and didn't like remakes, and uh, so, but now everybody loves Scream 4 and loves the whole reboot element. So I think it's sort of ahead of its time, the killer motives in this one. But um, yeah, I enjoy this movie quite a bit. It's not my favorite Scream, and it's not my top three. I do prefer it over Scream 3, way more over Scream 3. Oh my God. But the movie does have flaws. I think that's mainly due to the lack of screen time from the OG cast. Um, but not necessarily that, is that um, I don't know. There's just something about the film that feels like there's something missing. I don't know what that is, but I felt like I think a big part of that would be the music composer. Even though Brian Tyler is a great music composer, Dead Ready or Not, he's incredible. Marco Beltrami scored all 4 Scream films, the first 4 movies, and I think without his music, um, uh, definitely um, had an impact, at least for me, not hearing his music in the film. You do get callbacks in this movie, like you hear Red Right Hand and Dewey's theme, and you know, Sydney's Lament. Like you get those callbacks in this film that you didn't get in Scream 4. So that was pretty cool. But I do think the music in 5 wasn't as strong as the first 4 films, and that's how important music is to your movie. Also, um, I don't know, maybe it was the editors as well. There was a couple parts that I felt like maybe went on too long and could have been edited, could have been trimmed. So a lot of the times with these movies is the editors. So I do think the editors of Scream 4, the editor of Scream 4 was better. They still did a decent editing job. I just hope that with Scream 6 that is edited even better. I just don't like everything to be so quick, the cuts to be edited so quickly. You know, I like the story to the movie to, you know, gives you time to breathe and take things in, and Scream 5 is just this roller coaster continuously. And I love fast-paced movies. It's just it's not a 3-hour film, so I feel like you can give moments of a pause, a breath, you know. Um, so I just hope that with Scream 6 they kind of tone that down on the whole fast-pacedness, because Scream 4 took its time, and I think that's why it holds up really well with the first 2 movies, because it took its time. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my unboxing videos of Scream 5 and Scream 2. Scream 2, my favorite of the series. Scream 5, really like this one. It's not my favorite, but I really do like it. I do. So it's a good Scream movie. It's just not a great Scream movie, which is very well what we might get from Scream 6. It'll be just like 5, where it'll be good. I'll like it. I'll walk out. I'll say that was a really good film, but there were flaws here. There were flaws here. There was flaws there. And that's the case with a lot of movies, but it's not how I reacted to like when I walked out of Halloween Kills. I was like, oh my god. So we'll see. Um, I just hope that it's not a Halloween Ends or just a really bad slasher sequel, Scream sequel. Um, um, but I have a lot of hopes for it. I really do. I think Scream 6 is going to be awesome, and I don't think it's really going to disappoint. But we'll see. I I can't really predict any movie because movie trailers are so good now, where you don't know if the really that movie's going to be good or not. Because I've seen tons of movie trailers for movies that they look like it was going to be the greatest film, and then I went into it and then I was like, oh, this movie is not what those trailers were. Um, and that's also the downside of film trailers. That's why I try to avoid them a lot of the time, because it can take away what the movie was trying to do. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be making a review. I'll be making a video soon to review the film Scream 6, and keep you guys updated about the movie. And yeah, all right, guys, I'll talk to you all later. All right, peace.